nature is an unforgiving arena. Even at the top of the food chain, survival has never been guaranteed. Every hunt is a gamble where the smallest mistake can carry the highest cost. But as human influence and extreme weather continue to reshape the rules of the natural world, will instinct alone be enough to endure? In a world changing at a relentless pace, survival belongs only to those that can adapt. Even the most formidable predators can be pushed to their limits. After 4 days without food, a lioness is forced to risk everything on a single hunt. If this attempt fails, the lives of both the hunter and her cubs may be at stake. This ability to survive has been shaped by the harsh realities of the land itself. Under the scorching heat of the wilderness, survival is not determined by strength alone. It depends on the ability to endure long periods of food scarcity. Every step becomes a careful calculation between energy spent and the chance of survival. Here, the environment is not merely a backdrop. It is the rule book. The lion's greatest weapon is not just its powerful bite. It is the combination of explosive speed and cooperative hunting. By closing angles from multiple directions, lions limit a target's escape options while conserving precious energy. Like a coordinated team, they isolate their opponent before making their final move. But even the most refined strategy carries risk. The Cape buffalo, weighing up to 2,000 pounds, is an exceptionally dangerous opponent. Its massive horns can drive away almost any predator. One small mistake can turn the hunter into the one in danger. But when a buffalo becomes separated from the herd and the wind conceals the scent of the approaching predator, a weakness begins to appear. Once the boundary of safety disappears, the real confrontation begins. The lioness controls every breath, measuring the distance at less than 100 feet. When the moment arrives, she accelerates to nearly 50 miles per hour. But the buffalo does not retreat. It pivots, and faces the threat head-on. Nearly 1,800 pounds of muscle surges forward. Even a glancing impact can cause severe injury to the hunter. Seven out of 10 hunts end this way, failure and injury. The buffalo survives while the predator must now face the consequences of a dangerous gamble. Today, that natural rhythm is beginning to fracture. Severe droughts drive herds of grazing animals farther away, reducing one of the savannah's most important food sources. As prey numbers decline, energy-efficient hunting strategies become less effective, forcing lions into increasingly desperate and risky hunts. The ecosystem is losing its balance, and when the natural order begins to unravel, every species is pushed closer to the limits of survival. This sweltering weather is rarely an ideal condition for big cats to be active. Attempting to hunt a heavily armored target in the middle of the day only increases the risk of exhaustion. One miscalculation could leave the hunter seriously injured under the oppressive heat. Rising temperatures across the savanna create an invisible barrier for every living creature. In this environment, dehydration and energy loss occur at an extraordinary rate. Every action must be carefully weighed to maximize the limited energy reserves that remain. Exposure in open terrain leaves little room for error. To adapt to landscapes where shade is scarce, the leopard relies on a unique evolutionary advantage. Its distinctive spotted coat is one of its most effective biological tools under direct sunlight. This natural camouflage breaks up the outline of its body, blending seamlessly with the shifting patterns of light and shadow across dry vegetation. It allows the predator to close the distance in open areas without being detected too early. However, a successful approach is only half the challenge. The African crested porcupine is a highly risky opponent. Its body is protected by thousands of sharp quills. Despite its modest size, it is essentially a moving fortress. Its hollow-pointed quills extend in every direction, forming a formidable physical barrier. Finding a safe opening from which to launch an attack becomes extremely difficult. The hungry predator circles continuously searching for a blind spot. The porcupine responds by backing up, always keeping its defensive barrier pointed toward the threat. The leopard cautiously reaches out with a forepaw, only to pull it back immediately. Sharp quills have already pierced the soft pads. Under the pressure of prolonged hunger, the instinct to avoid risk begins to fade. Careful calculation gives way to a desperate decision. Extended periods of drought reduce the number of hoofed animals, forcing predators to seek alternative food sources and behave outside their normal activity patterns. When the natural environment loses its stability, every creature is forced to survive at the edge of safety. Animals are compelled to make desperate choices, risking injury and hardship for the chance to survive one more day. Across the African grasslands, successfully bringing down a target is only half the challenge. When food is constantly in short supply, a hard-earned meal can be lost at any moment. If a predator cannot protect its source of nourishment, all of its previous efforts become meaningless. As darkness falls, the vast landscape transforms into an incredibly complex web of interactions. Within this environment, no resource goes unused. An evolutionary rivalry spanning more than 2 million years among the continent's top predators has established a strict natural order. Nature offers no rewards for complacency or isolation. To survive in such conditions, every animal must maximize its own physical capabilities. The lion's greatest advantage lies in its explosive acceleration and powerful vocal display. A roar that can carry for up to 5 miles is often enough to discourage unwanted rivals. Its muscular body is adapted to reach speeds of nearly 50 miles per hour over short distances. This combination allows lions to pursue fast-moving herds and close the gap before their targets can react. Living within a matriarchal social structure and communicating through a complex range of vocalizations, spotted hyenas operate as a highly coordinated force. With bite strength capable of crushing some of the toughest bones, they are among the most formidable competitors on the savannah. Driven by the pressure of survival, the hunter targets a large herd on the move. It rushes forward and quickly brings down an individual that has become separated from the group. But the moment the prey is secured, exhaustion draws the attention of opportunistic competitors. Using the advantage of numbers, the opportunistic group quickly converges, forcing the exhausted hunter to retreat and surrender the entire reward. This tense struggle over resources illustrates one of nature's most enduring principles. Yet the decline of natural habitats is reducing herbivore populations, making competition among predators more intense than ever before. As the natural food chain becomes increasingly strained, even the most refined survival specialists must confront the fragile limits of existence. In the natural world, dominance does not mean ease. Amid vast wetlands where solid ground disappears, the third largest cat on Earth must elevate stealth to its highest level. Despite possessing one of the most powerful bites in the animal kingdom, a single ripple in the water can undo an entire hunt. Covering more than 58,000 square miles, the Pantanal is the largest tropical wetland system on the planet. During the rainy season, nearly 80% of its surface lies underwater. Survival here is not about sprinting across open ground, but about mastering a landscape that exists between land and water. In this environment, the boundary between river and shoreline nearly disappears, creating one of nature's toughest survival challenges. To thrive in such a place, evolution has equipped its hunter with a tool capable of overcoming some of nature's strongest defenses. The jaguar's greatest biological advantage lies in the extraordinary structure of its jaws. With a bite force of up to 1,500 pounds per square inch, the strongest among big cats relative to body size, it does not rely primarily on suffocation. Instead, its compact, muscular frame is designed to penetrate natural armor, allowing it to crack turtle shells and overcome heavily protected prey. Yet even that tremendous power is useless without an equally effective approach. The caiman presents a true test of precision. Its armored scales form a formidable biological shield. Despite outnumbering jaguars by as much as 2,000 to 1 in some areas, the risk of losing an opportunity remains high. Caimans often rest along the water's edge during the day, ready to slip into deep water, where the predator loses much of its advantage with the slightest sign of danger. As the distance gradually closes, a uniquely specialized hunting method begins to unfold. The jaguar invests immense patience in a strategy with a very modest success rate, roughly 5%, meaning many unsuccessful attempts for every successful meal. When the opportunity arrives, it surges forward, delivering a precise bite to one of the most vulnerable areas behind the caiman's eye targeting the central nervous system. In the end, success belongs to the hunter, willing to endure repeated setbacks before committing everything to a single perfectly timed moment. The abundance of life in this ecosystem depends entirely on the natural rhythm of the Paraguay River, one of the few major waterways that still flows largely uninterrupted. Unfortunately, proposals for more than 40 hydroelectric dams cast a shadow over the entire basin. These structures could disrupt the seasonal flood cycles that sustain millions of living organisms. If the river's natural flow is interrupted, an ecosystem that supports one of the highest jaguar densities on Earth could face long-term decline. Deep beneath the dark water, a hidden predator waits in silence. Rather than pursuing its prey, the green anaconda uses stillness itself, turning the current into a deadly trap. Once an animal steps into the right position, the outcome is decided in an instant. This unsettling calm is a reflection of the immense wilderness that surrounds it. Holding nearly 1/5 of the world's freshwater supply, the Amazon is a hydrological system beyond ordinary human comprehension. With a discharge exceeding 7 million cubic feet of water every second, this river creates one of the most complex ecosystems on Earth. Within this aquatic world, nature's immense scale produces survival challenges unlike anywhere else. Near-perfect camouflage is one of this giant reptile's greatest advantages. Its dark scales blend seamlessly with the color of sediment-rich water. Even more remarkable, its respiratory adaptations allow it to remain submerged for nearly an hour, far beyond what many would expect from such a large animal. A body stretching more than 16 feet in length disappears completely into its surroundings, leaving scarcely a ripple behind. But even the perfect trap is useless without something to enter it. Along the riverbanks, animals such as capybaras and caimans must approach the water to cool themselves, despite the risks concealed beneath the surface. The boundary between land and water is often the most dangerous place in the ecosystem. Any lapse in awareness within the reach of this giant predator can quickly lead to an irreversible outcome. When the anaconda surges from the water and wraps around its target, it can generate pressures approaching 300 pounds per square inch. This force can severely restrict circulation, rapidly reducing blood flow throughout the body. As oxygen delivery to vital organs declines, the animal can lose consciousness within a remarkably short period of time. It is a hunting strategy shaped by efficiency, ending the struggle with extraordinary speed. The rainforest continues to conceal thousands of mysteries yet to be discovered. Yet this extraordinarily complex biological network now faces unprecedented pressure from human activity. If this great hydrological system is allowed to deteriorate, the unseen rulers of its waterways may disappear forever, taking many of their secrets with them. From the dry African savannas to the flooded wetlands of the Pantanal and the mysterious rainforests of the Amazon, nature has long operated under harsh yet balanced rules of survival. Great predators such as lions, jaguars, and giant green anacondas have been shaped by evolution with extraordinary hunting instincts and remarkable camouflage, allowing them to endure in some of the world's most challenging environments. Yet even these exceptional adaptations are increasingly overwhelmed by the far-reaching impact of human activity. Climate-driven droughts are reducing vital resources across the savannas. Massive hydroelectric projects are disrupting the natural rhythms of rivers, and countless forests are being lost to large-scale fires and habitat destruction. Today, the struggle for survival is no longer defined solely by natural selection. More and more, it is shaped by environmental pressures created by human actions. If we continue to exhaust the Earth's resources, allowing rivers to decline and forests to disappear, the collapse of these great ecosystems may become one of the most serious consequences facing future generations.